Hello, Bronco fans and football fans alike. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. Final week of the 2020 season, week 17, between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. I am your host, Bronco Bill. Well, I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. This is January 1st, 2021. I'm not quite sure that we can put 2020 behind us yet because still a whole lot of stuff that, obviously doesn't just go away when the calendar turns to another year. But let's hope that as 2021 unfolds, that we get back to normal and we can have fans back in the stands for not only football, baseball, hockey, basketball. Kids can get back on the field and play their high school sports. And I can go on and on. But I do want to wish everybody a very, very happy New Year. Let's everybody stay safe. Let's do the right thing. I know it's inconvenient. It's things we don't want to do. I'm not here to do a political video. That's not what this is about. But I'm just wanting everybody to realize that we can turn a page on 2020 and change things in 2021. So that being said, let me get into the final week of the NFL between the Raiders and the Broncos. It has been, for both teams, a very, very difficult season. The Raiders, on one hand, they looked like they were headed for the playoffs. They got eliminated last week. The Broncos haven't looked like they've had any chance of being in the playoffs since I would say week 3 when they were 0-3. But they were in the hunt, towards the end. But of course that fizzled out because we've lost 2 in a row, and of course we haven't played the way the Broncos should play. I know, guys. I'm tired of beating. I hate to say this. I'm not even going to use the analogy of the dead horse. I'm not going there. But I'm tired of rehashing the virus, or rehashing the injuries, or rehashing the scheduling, or the lack of a true bye week, or anything that people want to hang their hats on and say, well, this is why we lost the season. Well, this isn't why we lost the season. We lost the season because we didn't play well. We didn't play well on offense, defense, special teams, coaching, general manager, the trust, lack of ownership. I'm going to get into I'm going to get into the ownership part here in a little bit. Something I heard off of 104.3 The Fan out of Denver. If you guys want to listen to that, it's awesome. It's 104.3 The Fan. And you can get that on TuneIn, and it's a great station. I recommend it. But anyways, it's been a year where the Broncos have not played like the Broncos should have played, and there's no reason for it other than I know lack of OTAs. Lack of not having any preseason, not really having the schedule that, not the schedule, but the workouts and things that he should have, and the closing a facility and this and that. I get that, but it's still, these guys are professionals. These guys are elite players. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in the NFL. So I look at other teams like the Steelers, or the Chiefs, or any other team that makes playoffs, the Packers, those kind of teams. They had issues too, and I know I've mentioned this many, many times that they've had issues, but their issues are different for a lot of reasons, and I could go into all those reasons, but I don't really want to bore you guys with that. What I want to do is I want to focus on the last game of the season between the Broncos and the Raiders. And the Broncos are 5-10. And the Raiders are 7-8, I believe. Yes, 7-8. Now, we cannot tie them for second place, but we can improve our. I mean, we can, instead of going 5-11, we can go 6-10. Does that taste any better in our mouth? Well, to me it does. I mean, why would I want to be 5-11 when I can be 6-10? Yes, it hurts us in the draft. I don't care, guys. I don't care. And I'll tell you why. Because John Elway is not going to mortgage the farm to get Trevor Lawrence. He's not going to do it. I heard today on 104.3 The Fan that Elway is going to keep Fangio. He's going to keep Pat Shurmur. And he has faith and trust in Drew Lock. So what does that tell you? That tells you he's not doing anything in regards to the quarterback. Is 2021 going to be any different in our season? I don't know. Maybe if we have OTAs, maybe if we have preseason, maybe if we have scrimmages, maybe if we have normalcy that we used to have, maybe. But I'm telling you guys, me personally, I don't have the trust in Drew Lock or Fangio or Shurmur. I don't, because they're not proven winners. Yeah, sure, Fangio was a great defensive coordinator in Chicago. He wasn't a defensive coordinator when they went to Super Bowl in 1985. Pat Shurmur was the head coach of the Giants. They didn't go to the Super Bowl. They didn't win anything. Drew Lock hasn't won anything. He hasn't even been to the playoffs. He doesn't even know what the playoffs are. So we're talking about 3 key people here. 2 coaches and a quarterback who have no idea really how to win. Not win week to week, guys. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about winning playoffs. I'm talking about winning division. I'm talking about winning a Super Bowl or going to a Super Bowl. There is none of that with these guys. None. So how can Elway have confidence? You know why Elway has confidence? Because he is scared to pull the trigger again. He pulled the trigger on Vance Joseph. Didn't work. He pulled the trigger on oh God. Don't escape me. Man, that bothers me because I know who this guy is, and I loved him as a quarterback. Anyways, he pulled the trigger on many people, and it bothers me that every time he pulled the trigger on, so he pulled the trigger on Trevor Siemian. He pulled the biggest trigger by not offering Gary Kubiak the offensive coordinator. And he let him go to Minnesota. I'm telling you guys, he stays in Minnesota, he's going to make that team a playoff team and a winning division team and possibly a Super Bowl championship team. He did in Denver. Why wouldn't he do it here? Because we didn't bring him back. Because Elway didn't want Danielson. Why? Ego? What is it? What is it about this? I don't get it. I just don't understand why he's going to stick with Drew Lock. He hasn't proven anything. Well, Lock's injury prone for one. He got injured in the first season. He got injured this year. And he's young. So if he's young and getting injured, how much more prone to injury is he going to be when he gets older? But it's not, guys, it's not the issue with Drew Lock with his injuries or this. It's between his ears. He can't read defense. I've said this over and over and over till I'm blue in the face. He cannot read defenses. And when they change up, he gets confused. And I'm not going to rehash this. I've done this in all my past videos. You guys can go rewatch them. I've said it in almost every video. Lock is not the answer. And I even said a couple video recordings ago, I would much rather have Tim Tebow. That's the guy I was trying to think of, Tim Tebow, that Elway just kicked aside. But you guys remember, Tim Tebow didn't have a losing record in Denver. He was 8-8 and went to the playoffs against the Steelers and beat them. Elway got rid of him. Why? Because it wasn't Elway's type of quarterback. So Elway's type of quarterback is Drew Lock, who throws more interceptions than touchdowns, who gives games away because of his interceptions, because of his fumbles, because of his stupid plays. That's the kind of quarterback Elway wants? Guess so. Because that's who we got. And he's not going to move up in the draft, guys. Okay, enough of that. Let me get to the pregame, because that's what this is supposed to be about, the pregame. I don't see the Broncos beating the Raiders, and I'll tell you straight up as to why. Two reasons. One, I don't think the Bronco players have a lot of heart and interest in beating the Raiders other than the division team. They're not going to go anywhere, so possibly to them 5-11 or 6-10, what's the difference? The other on the second point is I think that the players, I don't think a lot of the key players are going to play. I don't think that Gordon's going to play. He's banged up. I don't think Fant's going to play. He's banged up. I don't think Chubb is going to play. He's banged up. And I don't think Lindsey's going to play. So I have a feeling that it's going to be Freeman in there. It's going to be some of the backup wide receivers, backup tight end. Some of the defensive players aren't going to play. I just think it's going to be one of those games where Denver's going to look at this as possibly a preseason game, a game to get players in there that haven't played that much this year. Give them a chance to show what they have prior going into the offseason and the 2020 workouts. That's how I see it. I really don't feel that the Broncos are going to really come out and try and win this. Again, because if they win it, then they drop down in the draft. Maybe that's not what they want to do. Not that they're throwing the game per se. I mean, they're not just going to walk out there and just not play. But I don't think they're going to play their key players. I don't think that Locke is going to play the entire game. I just have a feeling that this is more like a preseason game for 2021 than the 17th game of the 2020 season. That's just how I see it, guys. I don't see any reason why to go out there and play your hardest when you're not going to go anywhere. And, they're already going to be in last place because the Chargers are not going to lose to they could lose to the Chiefs. And Denver could beat the Raiders. I just don't see it. I'm sorry, guys. If the Broncos beat the Raiders and the Chiefs beat the Chargers, then the Broncos and Chargers are tied. Denver ends up at third by, who knows, maybe a tiebreaker. I don't know, because Broncos and Chargers split their series. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. But I think that's irrelevant. I mean, whether you're in fourth or third, at this point in time, who cares? Because it doesn't matter if you're 5-11 or 6-10. You're still a losing team in a losing season for the fourth straight consecutive year. So what's the point, guys? The point is move forward, get into next year. Let's make this team at least respectable. But I have a feeling that if we don't go 8-8 or better, that Fangio's gone, Shermer's gone. I'm not sure Locke is even going to be around. I would like to see them draft a quarterback. Felds. I'd like to see Felds go to Denver. I don't think that's going to happen. Of course, I would love Lawrence, but that's totally out of the picture. And I'm not sure Elway's going to be back. I really hate to see that, guys. I don't know. So let me get to the trust real quick. I mentioned that I would talk about that. The trust is set for the first or second week in July. Um, I don't. It doesn't look like. I should say it doesn't look like, according to 104.3, the fan out of Denver. It does not look like the 7 kids are going to agree that Beth take over. If that's the case, then they're going to have to look to sell the team. The NFL is totally unhappy with the Broncos and the lack of getting an ownership. They have an opportunity, or I should say not an opportunity, they have an option this year to put in place a $10 million fine on the Broncos because they don't have a true owner in place. But they can't enact that until after the court hearing in mid-July. So this could drag on for another year or two. If that's the case, the Broncos could be heavily fined. The team could be up for sale. Nobody really knows the future at this time. And it's a very sad situation because Pat Bowlen never wanted this. He wanted his kids to come to agreement, his children to come to agreement and have an ownership and keep this team under the Bowlen ownership and under the Bowlen control. At this point in time, guys, I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Once everything is said and done, I have a bad feeling this team is going to be sold. I just hope and pray it stays in Denver. That's it, guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. Everybody stay safe. Have a wonderful, happy New Year 2021. And watch the game on Sunday between the Broncos and the Raiders. And I will talk to you on the post game on Monday following this game. And I will be doing videos as well in the off season. So please stay tuned. Please look for it. And thanks again for watching. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you on Monday. Enjoy the game. Bye-bye.